Chelsea 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Chelsea progressed to the fourth round of the FA Cup with 2 goals by Alvaro Morata, both assisted by Hudson-Odoi, as Cesc Fabregas says goodbye to Stamford Bridge and Chelsea Football Club. To find out everything about the game as it happened, be sure to watch the whole review, but most importantly, thank you Cesc Fabregas. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea from a review of the Chelsea 2 Nottingham Forest 0 game in the third round of the FA Cup, as Chelsea do obviously progress to the next round with 2 goals, 2 good goals actually by Alvaro Morata and 2 very good assists by Callum Hudson-Odoi as well, and generally just a good day, although a very sad day at the same time. We'll come to that later on, especially as we also picked up some injuries alongside Cesc Fabregas clearly saying goodbye to Chelsea Football Club. So Cesc Fabregas also missed a penalty which wasn't great, but we won anyway, and the occasion was still very touching, a bit emotional for me personally, I'm sure for a lot of other people as well. So yeah, it is all good. Of course, this is the review. There will be fan cam, still be a vlog, all sorts of content surrounding the game, as there is for every single game that Chelsea do play. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that, do make sure to subscribe to 100% Chelsea, and also let's see whether we can hit 400 or more likes on this video. You know the drill. I would massively appreciate it, so please do be sure to smash the like button down below. But now getting into the game and starting it off with the lineup, which I was fairly happy about actually. Obviously there was quite a lot of rotation. It was obviously the 4-3-3 formation. Caballero in goal, a back four of David Zappacosta and Emerson Palmieri as the 2 fullbacks. Andreas Christensen actually next to David Luiz as the 2 centre-backs. But don't you worry, Ethan Ampadu still played, as he played alongside Cesc Fabregas and Ross Barkley in the midfield 3, which I was actually very happy about, because I still think Ampadu is a bit short to be, a full-blooded Premier League centre-back. I thought similar things about Ake, and he's doing well at Bournemouth, but Ampadu is even shorter than Ake, so actually I see him as even better suited for midfield. Maybe not sure about in the Sarri role, but generally I think he's even better suited for that. Anyway, he started, so that's obviously all good. Callum Hudson-Odoi started on the left, Loftus-Cheek started on the right, and Alvaro Morata starting up front. Gary Cahill wasn't even on the bench, which was a little bit weird, especially when Ampadu started in midfield. I thought Cahill would just start next to Christensen, which would have made sense, but he wasn't on the bench, so he's probably already on his way to Fulham, or if not there already, because unless he's injured, which we wouldn't know about, which Zola didn't mention yesterday, that's to me the only logical explanation as to why he wouldn't be on the bench, or let alone, well, to be honest, he should have started really, because just to rest David Luiz. But getting into the game, it was a very controlled game. We were a better team all along. We started the game off well, as well, with great movement, good passing, especially the left-hand side of Emerson and Callum Hudson-Odoi looked very dangerous. Although the first shot on target, in the game actually came from Zappacosta, cut in from the right and shot from the outside of the box with his weaker left foot, actually forcing the keeper to make a pretty decent save, to be honest. And then 12 minutes in, we had our first huge chance of the game for Alvaro Morata, following a great cross by Zappacosta from the right. And then the Spaniard with the header from literally edge of the 6-yard box, but to be honest, he literally headed it straight at the keeper. It was also a decent save as well by the keeper. He kind of had to react a little bit to properly keep it out. But still, from 6 yards, from a header like that, it wasn't the most, it didn't have the most amount of pace on it. Yeah, you have to score that. As a striker, you simply have to score that. Only minutes later, though, Morata was then sent through. Basically, would have been 1-on-1 with the keeper. He was sent through by a great ball by Cesc Fabregas. A lovely ball by Fàbregas. And then Morata was clearly tripped by the last defender. Yet, no red card was shown. It wasn't even a foul. He didn't even give a foul. That was a disgraceful decision, and no VAR in use in this particular game in the FA Cup, even though at some games it is in use, was a little bit strange. Definitely should have been a red card. It's not even a debate. I don't care whether there was a lot of content or not. He tripped him, and Morata was in full sprint, and the tiniest of touches in full sprint, and he fell over normally. He didn't do a Salah, pretended to be shot by a sniper. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, with then just under 20 minutes gone, a huge chance for Callum Hudson-Odoi actually after a low cross from the right to Ross Barkley, who actually tried to shoot himself, had his shot blocked. And that shot then, the ball then fell to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who also shot, and also had his shot blocked or deflected, if you will, and it really looked like it was going in. It certainly was going on target at least, so that was a little bit disappointing. But generally, like I said, we just played well. It was a good game. We created chances. Mostly it was half chances and almost moments, but still we were doing well. And then just before the half-an-hour mark, Loftus-Cheek was clearly tripped inside the box after yet another good cross by Zappacosta from the right. Ruben actually with a bit of a heavy touch in a good position to score from, but he was then basically saved by the foul, was brought down, and we received that penalty. Cesc Fabregas on his, last game for Chelsea Football Club, most likely, almost certainly, did step up to take it, stuttered drastically in his run-up, and then had his penalty saved by the keeper. The effort was well and truly going for the bottom corner, for the bottom left corner, was probably going to hit the side netting as well. So it wasn't a bad penalty, but it just didn't have enough power on it, and the keeper, to be honest, did really well to push that around the post. So that was obviously a little bit annoying at the time, because it was obviously remained at 0-0. We then did have some more chances, some half chances, decent chances as well, but to be honest, nothing huge. And then just before the break, Ruben Loftus-Cheek was forced to come off with his seemingly his back problem flaring up again, and was then replaced by Eden Hazard, even though Moses was on the bench, which I, to be honest, didn't really understand. And Loftus-Cheek looked absolutely devastated. He looked absolutely devastated. He looked close to tears, if not properly crying. And that is exactly what I meant yesterday in the preview when I said that he shouldn't play today, to give his back a few more days rest. And to be honest, I'm absolutely livid. I'm absolutely livid at this. I felt so bad for him. He just looked so devastated. He went straight down the tunnel. Sarri hugged him, and then this other guy from the staff hugged him. I know you don't like Moses Sarri, but today Moses should have started. It's also if he also played almost 60 minutes against Southampton, and he was fine. And if the doctors say he's fine to play, then he should be fine to play. If the player's somewhat feeling it, he should be fine to play. It's not like I'm going to blame Sarri there, but I don't know. Now he's out for Spurs, obviously. Well, the way he looked, he's not going to play for the next few days at least. So yeah, I'm absolutely devastated for him. Keep the chin up, Ruben. The time will come. The time is here, but the time will come after the injury. We're all with you. It's Chelsea Football Club. We're gonna support you. Don't cry, mate. You're gonna make me cry. And that was then half time at 0-0. And to be honest, it wasn't a bad first half, but as usual, we just couldn't score. Even from a bloody penalty or from 6 yards out. It was very annoying. But yeah, we completely dominated, and to be honest, it should have been game over by half time. But thankfully, only 5 minutes into the second half, we finally did break the deadlock and took the lead through Alvaro Morata, following a quality assisting cross by Hudson-Odoi from the right, where he moved to when Hazard came on for Loftus-Cheek. Ridiculous quality and pace on that low cross. Ridiculous quality on pace and pace. And, he crossed it right into that danger area, right on the edge of that 6-yard box, really. And also credit to the usually very heavily criticised Alvaro Morata. Great movement by him to get to the end of that, get past his defender. And obviously, after that great movement, it was just a simple tap-in for the Spaniard, although he missed a simple tap-in later on in the game. So, fair play to him. He did really well on that goal. And not long after, Callum Hudson-Odoi actually went for goal himself. Great piece of dribbling to get himself into the box. Only the finish then was a little bit weak. Not enough power on it, and made for a fairly comfortable save for the keeper, to be honest. With just over 30 minutes to go, then that tap-in that Morata missed, did happen, because Morata put the ball over the bar from inside the 6-yard box, and he had no keeper in front of him. When he tried to tap in a low Barkley cross, literally, like I said, inside the 6-yard box. He was offside, although I'm still not sure whether the linesman saw it. It doesn't really matter. You should score that anyway, whether you're offside or not. Obviously, it doesn't matter that much. We won anyway, so it doesn't matter anyway, but you can't do that. But fair play to him. Literally a minute later, Morata did score and made it 2-0 and scored obviously his second of the night. This time with a header from yet another unbelievable cross by Hudson-Odoi, actually. Beat his man on the wing with his lightning pace, especially in the first few yards. Hit the cross into the box. Again, so much pace on that cross, but this time obviously off the ground rather than along the floor or just off the floor like the first one. And then Morata actually did really, really well to get on the end of that and headed right in, right into the net, right by the post. As he had a defender really close to him as well, did really well. That was actually a really good goal. The good cross, a good finish. I was very happy with that. 5 minutes after, us making it 2-0, Forest had their first actual chance on goal. Yes, they had some shots that Caballero saved, but none of them actually threatened him. But the first actual proper chance on goal was when they put a header from a corner just wide of the post. That was a little bit close. Then in the 70th minute, Callum Hudson-Odoi with yet another top-class cross. This time only just about got intercepted before Morata, could have gotten to the end of it. Maybe he would have had his hat-trick, which would have obviously been great, and great for Hudson-Odoi as well. And after our 2-0, to be honest, the game slowed down a little bit. We were still in full control and did have the odd, effort to increase the advantage, such as Fàbregas going for a screamer from quite a long distance and put it just over the bar. Ross Barkley with a shot from the edge of the box or so that, it should have been better because, it was made for a fairly easy save for the keeper, and it really shouldn't have been from that position. But yeah, we still dominated but slowed it down a little bit. In the 74th minute then, Morata was actually replaced by Azpilicueta, which to me was a very odd substitution, to be honest. We had no strike on the bench, and we might need Morata for the Tottenham game on Tuesday. But still, also Morata did go straight down the tunnel, so I wonder if he's also injured. I'm not 100% sure. He also just looked annoyed, just devastated, just looked depressed. He's looked depressed for months, but it just looked a little bit depressed. Maybe he's just annoyed that he couldn't get his hat-trick because he was subbed off. Who knows? But, it was a little bit interesting. And that sub actually saw quite a bit of changing on the pitch because Hazard moved up front as the false nine. Callum Hudson-Odoi did stay on the right. Emerson Palmieri moved up towards the left wing. Azpilicueta slotted in at the left back position, and Zappacosta remained at the right back. Now, with 10 minutes to go then, Hazard played Hudson-Odoi in down the right-hand side. Hudson-Odoi did take a little bit of a heavy touch, lost some speed with that heavy touch, and then his effort on goal as he was under pressure from the defender. Just didn't have enough power on him to properly threaten the keeper to beat him, and that was a little bit disappointing. Also looked like he, kind of strained his muscle a little bit there because he was stretching himself quite a bit because, literally after that chance, I don't know, where we had Fàbregas on the floor holding his calf. Callum Hudson-Odoi, like I said, stretching his leg, maybe his hamstring again, maybe his calf, I'm not sure. Ampadu also looked like he took up a little bit of a knock, not 100% sure. And the whole situation ended with Cesc Fabregas being replaced by N'Golo Kanté in the 85th minute. And Fàbregas clearly said goodbye to his teammates, to Stamford Bridge and to Chelsea Football Club, hugging a lot of the players, waving and kissing the fans goodbye, who gave him an absolutely incredible ovation. Obviously sung that famous Fàbregas song. He also, he went on the pitch again after the final whistle, clapped the fans, they sang his song again, It was really lovely. It was emotional. Like, I cannot lie, I felt a bit emotional. And all I can really say is, thank you, Cesc Fabregas, thank you for 4.5 incredible seasons. Obviously, there was one very poor one in between. But still, thank you for 4.5 incredible seasons. The assists, the goals, especially that goal at Crystal Palace, which was obviously huge in our title win in 14-15. The professionalism, thank you for pissing Arsenal fans off just by joining us. That was great. And by actually getting along with Chelsea fans and stuff. And, what else can I say? Just good luck in the future. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a privilege to watch you play football, quite frankly. To be honest, I've always been an admirer. I can't remember when I first saw Fàbregas play a long, long time ago. And to be honest, Fàbregas is magic. I kind of went off the game here, but that was, to be honest, nothing else happened after that substitution. And it was then full-time at 2-0. And it was a good performance, a game that we could and should have won with a lot more convincingly. Should have killed it way before half-time even. But it was still a very sad day. Fàbregas leaving, missing the penalty in his last game. Loftus-Cheek getting injured and crying. Callum Hudson-Odoi also with a bit of a muscle problem, it looked like. Morata looked depressed even after he scored 2 goals. Not a great day, even though it was a great day, because it was kind of happy emotions with Fàbregas, because he looked happy. We just sang him. It was not bad, but, especially the injury to Loftus-Cheek just is, I find it really depressing. I just like the guy so much. I don't want him to be injured. I just don't want him to be injured, for fuck's sake. But, the defence, to be honest, wasn't really tested today. Zappacosta, I thought, did actually a lot better than Emerson today. Did a lot more down the right than Emerson did on the left. Emerson simply can't cross the ball. His runs and his dribblings and his movement is very good and better than Alonso's and helps the left winger a lot more. But he still can't cross. He got into great positions, but then his cross never found anyone. And Zappacosta, all of his crosses found a teammate. So, Zappacosta in that sense was a little bit better, except that Zappacosta shoots way too much. He thinks he's the right winger. He always cuts on his left and then shoots, even though his teammates in much better position. So that's a bit annoying. Cesc Fabregas was good. Annoying that he missed the penalty, of course, but he played a good game. Ampadu, in my opinion, was outstanding in that midfield. Really, really good performance. And for me, definitely a shout to be N'Golo Kanté's backup in that position, like serious backup when Kanté says suspended or injured or something. When we actually need a defensive player in that position, not like play Barkley or Kovacic there or something. We don't necessarily need to buy one there. Obviously, let's talk about Kessie. Let's talk about, other midfielders that we might be looking at to sign. Just use Ampadu, why not? Why not? I'm just saying, maybe buy defendants there, because otherwise, if Cahill leaves as well, we're a bit, light in centre defence and, centre midfield. So I get it. But still, I think he did really, really well and should be a shout for that position as the backup. Barkley was again poor, if not dreadful, to be honest. He has been for weeks now. And Callum Hudson-Odoi, outstanding. He was absolutely outstanding, to be honest. He definitely can't play on the right, can he? Oh, wait. He can. He bloody can, by the way. Callum Hudson-Odoi has assisted all of Morata's last 3 goals with crosses from the right. The 2 goals tonight and then the one against Pau, which were Morata's last 3 goals for Chelsea. And, Callum Hudson-Odoi did just do well. His finishing wasn't great today, but his pace was great, his passing was great, his movement was great, his crossing is unbelievable. He's a way better crosser than every single other player we have in our club, and that includes Eden Hazard. He's such a good crosser of the ball, it's actually ridiculous. It's actually mental. Also, Morata, I thought was good. Even though he missed 2 sitters, he was good. Not great, but calm down. He wasn't great, but he was good. He scored 2 goals. 2 good goals, in my opinion. Should have had his opponent sent off with that good run as well if it wasn't for a blind referee. So yeah, he was pretty decent. Loftus-Cheek also was good until he obviously had to, be subbed off. And then Hazard, when he came on, he was clearly just conserving energy. He clearly was a bit confused as to why he had to play. Maybe he was hoping for Moses to come on. He didn't do anything. But fair play. We won the game and, I'd rather have him fresh for the Spurs game on Tuesday. Yeah, we're through to the next round. But now, obviously, the focus lies on Tuesday and on Tottenham. Let's hope the injuries to Loftus-Cheek and also Hudson-Odoi, like I said, he took a minor knock or, looked like to have a slight problem at least. Let's hope those injuries aren't serious. Maybe Morata is also injured. I'm not sure. Let's hope not. And let's also hope that as many players as possible can return, to fitness in time as well, especially for Tuesday. Kovacic again wasn't involved today. Might have just been rested. I'm not sure. Obviously wasn't involved against Saints, against Southampton. Pedro, Willian, Giroud. Let's hope as many of them as possible can recover for Tuesday, because obviously we got absolutely destroyed at Wembley last time round, so let's not do that again. And we need obviously our best team to avoid that and hopefully beat them. That would obviously be great. But yeah, that's really it from me. Leave me all of your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. Anything you want to say about or to Cesc Fabregas, leave it down in the comment section below. Who impressed you the most? Hudson-Odoi, Ampadu, anyone else? Who disappointed you the most? For me, it would be Barkley, probably. Any other thoughts you have, down in the comment section below. Like I said in the beginning, let's see whether we can hit 400 or more likes in this video, so make sure to smash the like button down below. I would massively appreciate it. Of course, don't forget to check out my social media, which is Last1507 on both Instagram and Twitter, as you can see over here, and also links to both of them are down in the description, so if you could follow me over there, I would absolutely love you for it. And obviously, this is YouTube, so if you haven't already, do make sure to subscribe to 100% Chelsea, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell button and choose to be notified about all uploads so you don't miss any of the future videos. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. Thank you again, Cesc Fabregas, and I'll see you next time.